So hello and welcome back to the Big Lab Podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 1. And as you can see if you're watching on YouTube, I've got a guest with me. This is our first in-person podcast. Sam, welcome.
Hello. It's cool to be here, finally.
It's your first podcast, isn't it?
First ever podcast, yeah. So, a little bit of nerves, but...
You've been excited all week though, haven't you?
Yeah. I don't know, because I've obviously listened to loads of podcasts in the past and stuff.
Yeah.
And literally for about 2 or 3 years. So, you always think, it feels weird to actually go on one, but then it all comes around in the end.
But it's at the end, a lot of people seem to get nervous about them. And at the end of the day, it's just a conversation, isn't it? You just with a camera and a big in a ring light.
Yeah. I feel like proper influencer vibe.
You're not used to speaking on the cameras and stuff, are you?
Nah, well, as I said to you before, obviously I've had this Instagram account now for about a year and a half, and I'd say you do get more used to being on social media and stuff like that, but one of the things that I've always put off is talking to the camera, because you just feel like you replay your own voice.
Yeah.
And it doesn't half go through you, but I'd done it for the first time a few weeks back, and you watch it back and you think, fucking hell, it's a bit weird.
Well, that's the thing, you'll watch this podcast back and you'll just be picking up on all the little bits that you just annoy you.
I know.
But yeah, you get used to it. I've had my account now for 4 years, and I tell you what, I was saying to you before, some of the stories I do would take 4 or 5 times, and even still, I did one before when I went out to get those the batteries for the camera, and I took that a couple of times because I just messed up because something distracted me. But
I remember because I remember I'd done this. I made this program for when we were in lockdown, and it was on Instagram, and they had to do all these workout videos and stupid shit like that, doing millions of burpees in your living room, but on some of them I'd try and do educational videos. Do you know, even just a little IGTV about talking about protein or nutrition or something. And I remember I'd set it up in my living room and try and give a bit of information, and I'd get about 3 or 4 minutes through the video, smash it, not many and there, and then I'd get up and literally just have a brain block mid video, and then you see all the outtakes and I'm just fuck. And then about 2 or 3 minutes long, and I remember I got just a minute off finishing what I needed to say, and then I cocked up last second. And I was oh mate, I just had about 50 videos in my camera roll of me, and then that last one to finish, but I finally got it on. I was oh thank God.
See, I've been asked, because I started doing a lot of my IGTV videos and informational stuff during the lockdowns, because it was a good opportunity to start just getting in front of a camera. And people had asked me if I'd script them or anything, and I wouldn't script anything. I'd just get a topic that I was going to speak about, and then just literally blab at the camera for 5 minutes, and I knew that in that 5 minutes I would have got down at least 1 minute of good content. And I just, you say, you edit the ums and ahs out. Sometimes it's a bit choppy, but sometimes that can be good just to watch, because it's nice and quick. But it's definitely practice. It's something that I'm still trying to get better at. I'm not that good in public at the moment, more because I just get distracted by something, someone will walk across the other side of the street and I'll be like, what? But it's practice. A lot of people, it's not a natural thing to do, stare at a camera and speak. You've got to imagine it as if it's like another person almost. It
is weird when you're sort of behind it. It's well and easy, obviously, recording and doing stuff like that, or even if it's just a workout, because you don't imagine, say, when you're recording a few clips for a workout in a gym, it's just you're focusing on what you're doing, aren't you? But I feel when the camera's on you, that many outtakes, that many tries, but I think it just gets more natural, because obviously, it'd be 10-20 minutes of this and you just focusing more on what you're actually saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the people who are big on Instagram, who do speak in public and stuff. I think that's the difference between just your standard gym account that posts workout videos where you've propped up a phone in the corner somewhere, and people that actually go and speak in the gym and vlog and stuff. It's just practice, and I think a lot of people get scared of it because people think what are you doing, talking to a camera in the gym? But it's not that big of a deal, really. It's just usually it's people that are too scared to do it themselves, so they sort of judge you and their own insecurities almost.
So I mean, it's a comfort zone thing though, isn't it? You never wanted to do it before, and then obviously more you do it, it just becomes more natural, and you don't consciously think, shit, I'm on camera, I've got to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
But I suppose that just applies to anything, and it's if you go into the gym for the first time, or you see it when clients come, and I can't remember, I was talking to one of my other clients the other day, because I posted one of the transformations that had been like 5 or 6 months down the line, and now she just comes into the gym, she doesn't think, she just cracks on what she needs to do. But I remember like on her first session, and I was saying to her, I was like, do you remember like when we were in the corner of the gym, you had your little dumbbell, like goblet squats like that, and you were just looking around while you were squatting, like looking at everyone doing their exercises, like you could tell she was dead paranoid, dead worried when she come in. And obviously that was normal to me because I'd see it, and you know, when a new person comes in all the time, you just sort of like break the ice with them. But now they just like come in and, you know, they don't think, they just pick the barbell up, do a few reps, go on to the next exercise. That's it, isn't it?
Like with anything that you're not used to doing, it's gonna take a little bit of time to sort of get into it, and you've just got to almost push yourself out of that comfort zone to grow, essentially. I know it sounds dead cringy because you see it on all the memes and stuff, but like
all these motivational reels,
like growth's outside of your comfort zone and all that. But it's true. Like I originally started my account to sort of just meet similar people, like because I've got mates that go to the gym and stuff, but they're not interested in like the social media side of things, and it was something I wanted to get into, just to meet like similar people. And then also like I'd been going to the gym even then for like a good while, and just to help people. And then obviously during lockdown I did my PT qualification and everything. Now I'm online coach, but like that's not how it originally planned out to happen. But yeah, you just got to push yourself into those situations. Like I was just saying to you before, like I went on that photo shoot down in London. Like at the time I only had like 1,500 followers, and I was going there with accounts with like, I think there was a couple big ones, like 50 to 100k. One of the lads there was an actual like model as well, so he was used to doing it all. And he was like, oh, so who are you like working for? And I was like, what? And it was just, I'd never done a photo shoot in my life, and it was the maddest thing ever.
It's fucking mad, isn't it? Like, I was the same. I feel like you don't realise those situations that you're going to end up in though as well, because you know, you'll always see these people doing like different challenges and think, oh, I'm never going to be doing that, and then you just don't know like what's to come. Do you know what I mean? Like, because obviously I'd done one last year, finished it in November.
Oh yeah, you did like a physique one, didn't you? Like
which I never thought I'd do, but it was a boss challenge, to be fair. It's like a good mental challenge, and I think obviously once you've been through that process and you know you're walking the walk as well as talking the talk, it was good. But even I was the same when I went into that, because you know you literally like sort of get on there, taking a picture behind the camera, you think this feels weird, and like people had done it and that was like their second, third time doing it, and they were just like a natural like doing pose like that, and then like that just changed.
I wouldn't even know how to do it. I mean,
I wasn't. He was like, I felt dead uncomfortable, but I know like if I was to do that again, it'd be sound, because you just know you know what to expect. But it's one of them. Obviously, once you've done it the first time, it's always going to be easier after that.
Yeah, most of the time it's the thinking about doing the thing than actually going and doing it. Like you stress yourself out that much before doing it. But then you actually go around to getting it done, and it's never that bad. Like it's nowhere near as bad as you think it's going to be.
It's all thinking, innit?
Oh yeah, massively.
Everyone, you know, I suppose that's dead common with everyone. Like you see it in like even some of your mates, or you know, a lot of my clients actually, they're like, say when they're first starting out, they'll overthink a lot of things. And just sort of, you know, think, what if this goes wrong, or what if that goes wrong? And it's just a case of like, you don't actually know until you've actually tried it. You know
I think a lot of people overthink a lot of things, especially when it comes to fitness. You see that much crap on the internet these days as well. It's like 95% of it is basics. If you can get your basics sorted, you are nearly there. Like, and then like people, as soon as they join the gym, the first thing they think is like, oh, what supplements do I need to get? It's like in real life, you don't actually need any of them. You don't. If you sort of get your sleep right, you get your food right, you train consistently, you get your rest. You're pretty much most of the way there. But then people are like, oh, I need this supplement, I need that one, I need this protein, I need my meal timings and all this. Like,
it's like that shiny object syndrome, innit? It's just like people trying to go after the fancy stuff because they think that's what's going to help them, but in reality it's like that analogy about the lowest hanging fruit thing, because obviously you know, if you can pick like your 3 pinnacles, like as you said, you know, recovery, sleep, training and a bit of nutrition, well, 4 if you take care of them and you know you do it well, then it's a lot easier than people think. But I feel like they're shocked when that happens, like when I come on board and I'll just say, you know, this is exactly what you need to do. It just sort of happens, and they're like, didn't even realise it was that easy. You know what I mean?
It is mad, isn't it?
But I suppose, as you said, there's that much shit out there that, like, you know, people are getting told to have all these fucking 600 calorie diets, or you know,
it's mental.
Drink that smoothie over there, and they'll give you an
juice
extra
cleansers
2-pack, and you're like, sound, mate. Yeah.
I know the one that makes me laugh at the moment, a lot of it was over COVID actually, was these fat burning workouts. And it's just a little
titled
thing.
hits, half an hour ab burn.
Yeah, and it's just burpees and star jumps in your front living room. Fat burning. It's like, no, you just need a calorie
deficit. Just clickbait, innit? But like, half of them, that's why it's marketed like that, because
it's easy.
People see
people
it
straight
and
away.
be like, I'm going to get abs in 8 weeks, can't wait. But then, you know, they actually do it, and then they'll probably end up like absolutely driving themselves to the floor after a week if they're just like going too hard, too quick, and there's no sustainability in it, is there? So
no, not at all. But I think like all that started with things like Men's Health and Women's Health magazines, but then it just got escalated massively when social media came in.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to reach how many thousand people on a post, and people are absolutely smashing it now. There's someone like got like 1 million followers. If they post that's going to reach a lot of people. And a lot of people see follow count as like credibility as to what they're posting. Like I've seen a lot of big accounts on Instagram, and they post some utter shit. And it's like, you're influencing a lot of people. And that's why so many people get so confused with fitness when it's actually so simple. And like there'll be people watching this or listening thinking like, you sound like an idiot saying fitness is simple, but it genuinely is.
I know.
It's just overcomplicated through social media most of the time.
You do see some shockers on there though. I'm not going to name drop anyone or anything like that, but like, I remember seeing there's this guy in America, and he's just literally, all his page is just full of like workout reels, and he's massive, like he's absolutely yoked.
Juiced up.
Oh yeah, absolute juice bomb to the max.
Probably has natural bodybuilder in his bio.
I know, and a Lifetime natural and shit like
mate.
And all his
biggest red flag ever.
All his like fucking workout videos are just him doing like body weight, you know, star jumps and stuff like that, and people are gonna think, if I just do this, I'm gonna look like him.
It's so bad.
It's like, you know, how are people getting misled by that? Do you know what I mean? But like, you know, they don't know any better. He'll just sort of put that into a program and think, you know, you look like me. You look like me if you do this. I'm
starting to see a lot less of that sort of do this for 8 weeks and you look just like me. That was massive, like a good like 5-10 years ago, especially when I started out at the gym. I used to see a lot of that. Do this plan and you'll look like me in 10 weeks. It's like, you won't. No. You're not got to. Like, mainly down to genetics. Like, and also the fact you're on performance enhancing drugs as well.
I know. I suppose it is very visual. It's a visual game out there now, isn't it? Because like, say if say if like, I don't know, a lot of girls will follow a really in shape like female PT, be like, you know, if she clearly knows what she's on about, if you know, she looks like that, so I'm just going to do these workouts. And then, you know, you hear some stories, and same again, I'm not going to name drop anyone or anything like that, but of people that are like, we get cancelled on it. But like, you know, you hear like these stories about like, you know, some people who've been to PTs in the past, and the type of diets that they're on, and you know, calories and workouts. You think, fucking hell, how are some people getting away with this? Like, how are they qualified and showing general public people who have never trained in their life to do these types of routines? And you're thinking, it's actually dangerous stuff.
Well, the thing I've noticed a lot, and I say to actually my clients when they start up, is, you know, to give out a meal plan to someone, you've got to be qualified level 4 nutrition. And the amount of PTs I see giving out meal plans that definitely do not have a level 4 in qualification in nutrition is ridiculous. And like, the things that you've got to take into consideration is like people with dietary like needs, like you've got people with diabetes and stuff like that. Like, you've got to take all that stuff into consideration. You can't just give this like cookie cutter meal plan out to everyone and just adjust the macros on it. Like, 'cause I see that a lot as well. Like, a lot of people just have this set meal plan, and then it may change whether you eat like meat or fish or veggie or whatever, but they'll just adjust the amount that you have, and then everyone gets the same meal plan, slightly different macros, but like that's not going to suit everyone. Like, it's mad. It baffles me, but yeah, hopefully there's a switch. But yeah, I like I said to you earlier, I don't give out meal plans anyway, and even if I have I'm not actually qualified level 4 nutrition anyway, so I wouldn't do it regardless. But even if I did, which I am considering actually getting, I still wouldn't do meal plans, because say if I had a client with me for 12 weeks and I gave them a 12-week meal plan, they're not going to learn anything about nutrition. They just know what they're eating and when throughout the day. Yeah. So say they finish with me in 12 weeks, they're happy where they're at, they go into Tesco, Asda, wherever, do the shopping, they're going to be like, I only know that 12-week meal plan that I've just been given. Yeah, yeah. Like, what do I do now? Yeah. And yeah, I understand like they do suit some people. Like they were like maybe like really busy people who need meals on the go and stuff, and like they need to know what they need to cook and take it in a Tupperware to a meeting or whatever. But yeah, I think I'd rather help people learn about what they can, well, not can and can't eat, but like what is in stuff and what they need. Like what's a good source of protein, what's a good source of carbs, what's a good source of fat. So they actually get some knowledge behind it to then be able to go into Tesco and go, right, I'm going to cook a spaghetti bolognese tonight. Or I'm going to cook a whatever. Like I know roughly how many calories are in things.
There's a lot more freedom when you do it that way as well, isn't it? Because
it's enjoyable.
It is, yeah, and it is a minefield. Like obviously, because as you said, there's so many things that are marketed saying, you know, this is the best diet for this, and that's the best diet for that, and
body types, that's the one.
Yeah, and I'll eat this if you're a mesomorph.
Yeah,
or
mate.
Eat that if you're an endomorph. You know, like,
means absolutely nothing.
But when in reality, you'd probably be having like what 20 grams less of chicken, maybe, or something stupid like that. But I'd say that to everyone. Like say, you know, when we have like a call or something for a new person who wants to join. Yeah. They'd be like, you know, so what meal plan are you going to get me on? I'd be like, nothing.
Yeah, like, you ain't.
It's like, it's just literally you becoming like more independent with it than you already are. So like obviously, knowing,
if anything, you're going to get less.
Like, and they're probably shocked. Like, you know, obviously I'll give them some ideas and like, you know, you can choose this from a few like, you know, meal selections or like example days and stuff. But, you know, you don't want someone pecking your head saying, you know, you got to have that porridge at 7, otherwise you fucked it.
And mad, isn't it?
It is, because like I remember there was, you know, someone told me about like there was I'm proper like calling everyone out here, but I remember
imagine if they start watching it, I'm sure they're talking about me. Hey, but if the shoe fits,
that's Sam Cully's chatting shit about everyone fucking get on it. And I'm gonna get filled in tomorrow. Watch what I say. Nah, not really, but like he was saying how I remember this girl was saying about how wasn't one of my clients but one of her mates or something. She was on this nutrition plan and it come to like just this Christmas, and she was on a meal plan itself, so she was following certain food and stuff like that, and I was like, well, how did she follow over Christmas then? Like, what did she do about all Yorkshires and, you know, all your dinner, your Christmas dinners and stuff? And you know, she was asking her PT, can I have this for me Christmas dinner? He was like, no.
What?
Can't have a Christmas dinner.
Are you messing? I told all my clients to have a week off.
Yeah. I said if you haven't gained weight over Christmas, I'm not going to be happy. Yeah. It's like, because you haven't done it properly.
They were like, what should I do leading up to Christmas? I was like, if you want, you can like do as normal throughout the week. But I think Christmas was on like a Saturday or something. Yeah. I was like, from the Friday up until maybe New Year, like potential up to New Year. You're free. Just I said don't go like massively, like don't go ridiculously stupid. Like obviously keep in the back of your head. Yeah. Like we don't want to be coming back and you're like 2 stone heavier. Obviously that wouldn't happen, but like
smashed it. Did you? Yeah, smashed it.
I said just go and enjoy yourself. It's Christmas. It's like when people go, oh, what do we do on holiday? Go and enjoy yourself. I know. You've worked 9 to 5 probably all year, Monday to Friday. You've took a few days off work, you're paid to go on holiday. Why would you want to be sitting there on MyFitnessPal going, I wonder how much that breakfast was, that continental breakfast in the hotel.
Like that in the buffet. Excuse me, how much calories in this?
Yeah, exactly. It's not the way to do it. Life's all about enjoying yourself, not restriction. And like I have a part on my check-in, so like I say, like, are you planning to go out for food at any point this week? And they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out for some drinks on Saturday and a meal or whatever. I'll be like, right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop your calories slightly throughout the rest of the week. We're gonna bank a load of calories and you can do whatever you want on Saturday, go and enjoy yourself. And at the end of the day, it still works out as an average of where you were supposed to be anyway. So I mean, 100 to 200 calories a day isn't going to be that much for 1 week to drop in your calories, and you've just saved 7 to 1400 to go and enjoy yourself on Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I feel like
it's a lot more sustainable that way.
Yeah, that's where people sort of might go wrong though, and I feel like that's quite common. As in, like, you know, if they are going to start something, it's like they need to be on it or off it. You know what I mean? It's like it's some people struggle like finding like that balance in the middle of the scale between being all in or just not at all. Yeah. And that's where, like, obviously, you know, you can monitor that through, like, you know, check-ins and educating them and just saying, you know, you still go out and enjoy yourself, but as you said, just be mindful and just be conscious of, like, the decisions you're making. Do you know what I mean?
Or, so, like, what I've told a lot of mine is plan. So say if you know you're going to go out for, say, a Nando's on, like, tomorrow. Say you've got, I don't know, 2,500 calories. Figure out what you're going to eat tomorrow at Nando's. Put it in MyFitnessPal already. Then you wake up the next day, you know how much calories you've got left for your breakfast, your lunch, and potentially a snack. Pre-planning's a game changer. Oh mate, it's massive.
I say that to everyone, and the problem, you guys probably sick of me banging on about saying plan, but like half the time, all the root of your problems could be solved just by planning. Yeah. Because, like, if you just sort of going at it and just you just end up pissing the wind if you try and, like, do it as you go along. Oh yeah. Because, you know, shit pops up if you've had a bad day. Oh, I'm just gonna listen. I'm just gonna do what's convenient, or you know, because but you know, if you would have planned it the night before, then you don't have to overthink about stuff like that. No. And you'll be able to stay on track a lot easier. But remember, I've done it. If you wanted to, like, track a Domino's in there, do you know what I mean? You might only have 400 calories left for the day if you wanted a big pizza.
If that's what you want to have,
still,
it's another thing though as well. Like, people go so extreme all of a sudden with dieting. It's like, say if you were used to having a pizza every Friday night, and then your coach all of a sudden went, "No, you're not having that. You're gonna have chicken and rice on a Friday." Like, you're going to start craving it though. Like, you might be okay for the first week or two, but that third week you're going to be like, oh, I proper fancy that pizza. Yeah. So if you give people the flexibility to eat, not necessarily what they want, obviously they need to be eating healthfully at the same time, if you can give them that guidance, but if they can still include those things, that even if it was half a pizza on a Friday, they're still getting that thing that they wanted, and they're not going to just fall off the wagon and binge. Because a lot of people do that. They get to the point where they may fall off the diet a little bit, and then they go, oh, fuck it. We'll start again on Monday. And that happens so much. But if you can get those, like, maybe a chocolate bar in a day, or, like, if you can fit that in there somewhere, it's going to make it a lot more sustainable. The results might not be quite as quick, but they'll enjoy the process so much more. Yeah.
And that's the root of it, isn't it? And just enjoying it first, because obviously
it shouldn't be a chore.
Yeah, if you're thinking in your head like, oh, I can't be asked going to the gym, or you can't be asked doing that, then likelihood is, if you're not enjoying it, you'll probably, like, fall off within a week. Yeah. So, but that's obviously how versatile all this can be, because, you know, you can do so many different exercises in the gym, so many different workouts, so many different, you know, types of food sources that you can try. So it's a case of just finding like what's convenient, what's you know, you enjoy sticking to. Because I remember when I'd done that, as you said about the photo shoot before, I probably had about a 2 week period of just finding me feet with stuff, like, you know, what meals that you'd enjoy on lower calories, what ones are going to fill you up, what are high in protein. And once you've sort of gathered like a good library of them, and like you've saved them,
you can just pick at them sort of thing,
because it just gets so much easier then, and, you know, it just becomes more like clockwork after a while. And, you know, it's not as if, as you said before, you feel like you're consciously trying to lose weight. It's just like adapting a new way of into your routine that you just get used to. Do you know what I mean? And then that's when it comes a lot faster then, because you're not consciously thinking, I've gained it, or I've lost a pound this week, or I've lost a pound. It just, like, you know, it's just normal for you to do what you're doing. If that makes sense.
I think a big issue as well with the whole coaching thing now online is that people want to see on Instagram like instant mad results. So I think the pressure's there on coaches to be able to get those quick results so they can post them and show it to people, because that's what people want to see at the end of the day. They want to see someone go from this weight and all of a sudden they look amazing within like a short period of time. So I think a lot of coaches put people on lower calories than they probably should be, so they get that quick result and they can post something about it. Like, it does my head in seeing these mad, like, I don't know, 8, 10, 12 week transformations, and they've dropped a silly amount of weight in a very quick time. And you know for a fact that when they go back off that, they're gonna fall back a bit, and they'll probably end up back to where they were because they just didn't enjoy those 8 to 12 weeks. But that's what people, it's a mad cycle that this is what people want to see on Instagram. but then it's going to make whoever goes on it not enjoy themselves for that long. They may get in the best shape of their lives for a holiday or whatever, but then they'll fall straight back off it afterwards, and it'll be a continuous cycle. But yeah, it's a mad one. Like I'm conscious of like seeing that. Obviously I know people want to see transformations and stuff, but I say to my clients as soon as they sign up, I said, you're not going to be getting a mad 12-week transformation for me to post on Instagram. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to sort of change your habits, get you into a better routine, and have like a long-term sustainable result. That like it's not going to be like you're not going to go from like here to here in like 6 weeks. It's not going to happen. Like it's unhealthy, and you're not going to enjoy it. Like if you really want to do it, that's what we can do. But I can tell you right now, like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and well, as you said, when you shift their focus from obviously not thinking of the end result to, as you said, like changing the new habits and getting used to the new routine, that's when it becomes, you know, a much easier process for them.
Yeah,
because
massively.
You know, the sort of like focusing on what's here and the now, what they can do like today, tomorrow, to move closer to where they want to be within 6 weeks. Because when they start thinking long term wise, like say if you have one day or 1 week that doesn't potentially go into plan, like, oh fuck this, and they'll just like end up quitting. But it is just a case when you do that, you know, if you, as I said, like repeat those same actions like day after day, week after week, you'll notice like 6 weeks down the line, like, oh my god, I've actually made like quite a bit of progress there. But you don't realise it because you didn't think like, what am I going to be like in 6 weeks or 8 weeks.
Even if you change it to like a performance goal, like performance goal, because obviously you're gonna have the calories set that they're gonna say if they were wanting to lose weight. If you have the calories in the place where they are going to lose weight, and you shift their mindset off them actually losing weight to going, I don't know, doing a body weight squat for 10 reps. If you can shift it to that, you know for a fact they're going to drop weight anyway because of the calories that they're on. But they're just looking at this shift in how many like reps they can do. Yeah,
and I think that's a massive one as well, because like, you know, as you said, when they become more focused on that in terms of setting performance-based goals, I'd try and say like, you know, be in competition with yourself, and I'm probably going to sound like one of these cringy...
No, but it is true though, people look at other people too much, massively.
Like when you're more in competition with yourself, and especially if you're documenting it as well in terms of what weight you're lifting, for how many reps and stuff, you know, you'll come into your second week and think, if I've done this for X amount, if I need to try and beat that this week. And like when that happens and you shift your focus more onto that, obviously subconsciously you're going to be working harder to beat what you've done. So and if you're training harder, then obviously you're going to progress faster. Do you know what I mean? But like when you don't have them performance based goals and you're just going into the gym with a sole reason to look better, you know, say within like you get to like your 8th or 10th rep on an exercise, you might just give in because there's no sort of clarity in the game in terms of how many reps you have to do to get better from last week. You know, you can just go into the cycle of just lifting the same weights, and obviously if you're just lifting the same and you're just trying to do it just to look better, you're not going to improve because, you know, your body's used to what the stimulus that you're giving itself like every week. So
I've got a client that originally came in and he wanted to lose weight, and then he shifted to just wanting to get strong as fuck, basically. He was like, I'm actually not that bothered about losing weight anymore. Because the thing is as well, like he'd lost a couple of kilos, like I think he'd lost about 4 or 5 kilos, so still a decent amount, but the difference in his progress photos was massive. And like we switched up his plan and stuff, and he did put on a bit of muscle that you could tell from his photos as well. And he just got to a point where he's happy, and he just went, George, I just want to get strong as fuck. I was like, right, we'll go into a strength phase then. We'll drop your reps a little bit. We'll increase the amount of weight you're going to put through. And wow, his weights are flying, by the way. It's flying. Like it was getting to the point where I was like, he's nearly lifting as heavy as me, and I need to get a wiggle on here.
No, it is good that, like, I think that's should be more pushed out there with like girls as well.
Oh yeah, there's a big shift, I think.
So a lot of my
Instagram for girls has gone massive. I think.
Massive, and because you know I coach a lot of girls now, so that's just sort of like the market. A
little bit of ASMR, yes.
That's the sort of the type of clients that I'm sort of bringing in now, and you know you realise how common that is when first come on, as you said, they're driven a lot by looks in terms of looking a certain way.
And it's shifted, hasn't it, recently?
Like it's, you know, the strong, not skinny.
Well, originally it was like, thigh gap. thigh gap and all that, and everyone was like, actually, nah, I want a big fat ass and thick legs.
Absolute shelf, mate.
Yeah, literally, that's what it's turned to though, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
They see all these girls on social media now, and like they see them in obviously those mad leggings that have came out. What's the ones, the little scrunch ones that went mad? Well, I think that basically kick-started it all, basically.
Yeah.
And you see a lot more girls in the weight section now, which is obviously good to see, because a lot of girls tend to be like shy away from it, because usually it is all the fellas in there just like lifting and stuff, and then
people think it's like that as well. Like some people think, I can't go in there, that's the lads section.
It's not.
No. Go and grab a dumbbell and go and do a squat or something.
Yeah, it is good to see though. There's a lot more, like I'm seeing, especially since Christmas actually. We've had a lot of like younger people coming into JD, sort of like the 16 to probably 20-year-old range.
Yeah.
And quite a lot of girls now are coming in and lifting weights, which is actually, it's good to see, like it coming through. But yeah, it's nice to see a shift.
Yeah, it's becoming a lot more trendy now, isn't it? Like you see a lot more people getting coaches and you know, obviously getting gym clothes and stuff like that. But I suppose it's one of them, like, you know, you're seeing people in the gym who you're familiar with and stuff like that. So it is like a bit of a social setting as well. And that was what it was like for me, to be honest, when I first started. Well, it wasn't as common as it is now. Like I was like, what, 13?
Did you start the gym at 13?
13, yeah.
Were you even allowed in the gym at 13?
Nah, pure gym.
Sneaking in.
Yeah. No, well, it wasn't in pure gym, but like I was doing a bit at home, and then I probably joined edged into 14. Yeah.
So you're a bit younger than me then. I've been going since I was 15. I started in the start of year 11. Like I had a mad growth spurt in the summer, so like I grew like 8 inches in 6 months. It was proper painful, but I barely put on any weight with it. I was always doing stuff at home. And then I was like, we went on holiday to Spain in October, and like obviously a few photos around the pool and stuff, and I looked at them and I was like, Mum, Dad, I want to join the gym. Like I was always doing like press ups, pull ups, sit ups, like the basic stuff that you can do at home, but it gets to a point where you're not getting anywhere. Was that your like reality check then, was it? Do you know when I knew I was skinny because people had commented on it at school, like, oh, you're so skinny now that you're tall, and I was like, like at the time I think I was like 6'2" and like 10 stone, just over 10 stone. So like that's not heavy for the height I was like at all, considering I'm 6'4" and 16 stone now. It is mad to think that I've put on 6 stone since joining the gym.
Yeah, fucking hell.
It's a lot, isn't it?
That's a kid.
Yeah, literally. But no, like you say, it was a bit of a reality check. But so you started when you were 14?
14, yeah. So
like
I'm 20 now.
20 now.
So coming up to about 7 years of training.
Jeez, that's a decent one.
But I think it's one of them that just flies. Do you know what I mean? But people don't know.
I've been there for 10.5 years now.
Have you? No.
I'm 26 in March. We haven't even really given you like an intro, have we? Like the mad thing is, so you're 21 this year, aren't you?
21, yeah.
So I'm 5 years older than Sam. We actually both went the same primary school. Did you go to the same high school as well?
Wait, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went the same. I would have been. Oh no, it was all getting built up one night. So you would have been at the other school.
Yeah, I was in the new one. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure. So you know, in primary school when you do like the lunchtime stuff, I'm pretty sure I was your lunch monitor at some point.
Shut up.
You know when you get like a year 5 or year 6 sat on the tables like the receptions in year 1.
You'll go back a bit now. I don't remember any of this.
I'm sure, like, because it would have been about that age range, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sure I would have probably like been your dinner monitor at some point.
I can't remember what happened to me yesterday. No hope about that.
It just clicked before. I was like, hold on, I'm like 5 years older than Sam. I must have been his dinner monitor at some point. You just sat around tables, don't you? And like, sit with him. Yeah, I feel like an old man.
Everyone says that. I was like the baby of the year. Like I'm an August baby, so like I was new to everything, like going out and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you would have been one of the last ones like allowed out.
Last one, yeah.
See, I looked old enough to be able to go out at 16.
Yeah.
17.
Well, it wasn't that.
Thing is, I'd go some places like in college. There was like obviously the 18th, so all the earlier ones were like before I was 18. I'd go out with my provisional, and like there'd be places like St. Helens, and the bodyguard, the bodyguard, the bouncer, he'd look at my ID and it'd sort of like be trying to work it out, and he'd just go, yeah, go on. Loved the ASMR. Yeah, I used to be able to go out when I was young.
I've done it a few times,
but
not as much as my brother does now. Like, he smashes it.
Does he?
Oh my god, yeah.
Does he look old as well?
No. Yeah, he uses my ID more than me. literally, I never have my ID on me. Like, I went out once, and like the fella like said, got your ID? I was like, yeah, go on. He pulled it out like that, and it wasn't me, but I was like, Jack, and he was out in town the same day. I was like, there's nothing wrong with my ID. I literally got KB'd because I couldn't get. It's like one of them places where obviously he knows I'm not 18, but you know where they're like strict on it in terms of like if you don't show, you can't get it. And it's one of them. Like he smashes it, so he's been. But all his mates are like that now. They go out quite a bit, but as I say, I didn't go out loads when I was like younger.
No, I didn't. To be fair, I didn't start drinking until I was later on. But like that was mainly because I obviously used to do my rowing as well. So when all the 18ths were going on, like I'd have to leave early. Like when it was prom at school, actually, there was all these after parties for prom. I had national schools the day after, so I got picked up in the car park when everyone else was going off partying. I had to go home and then get off down to Nottingham the day after. So like I missed so many 18ths back in the day. But yeah, I never used to drink. Like, you know when like all the kids are drinking in the park and stuff? Yeah. I was a proper little saddo. I'd have a pint of milk and a pack of custard creams.
Lad, that's wrong.
It's mad, isn't it?
Pint of milk to
pint
start
of milk,
by itself.
Oh no, with the custard creams though.
Yeah, but still.
Sound though.
Not sure on that one.
I'd be the kid with the footy and everyone else would have like a bottle of Frosty Jacks or something. It just didn't interest me when I was a kid at all. Yeah. And obviously me being the oldest out of my brothers, like I obviously had it a bit more strict. And then like it's mad. So like I've obviously got 3 younger brothers. It's got less strict each brother. Like my younger brother, he gets away with murder now. Yeah. And I'm sat there, I'm going, Mum and Dad, you're not gonna like punish him for that?
Yeah.
Gosh. No. I'm like, if I'd have done that back in the day.
I think I had a healthy balance of both, to be fair. Like, I don't think my mum and dad were that worried about me because like obviously when I was younger and I was going to the gym quite a lot. It was one of them where...
Oh yeah, I was on Monday, Friday straight after school at Kingsway.
Kingsway, that's the one.
You had to be out by 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it was so annoying. You just had to finish, but you sort of felt ahead of the game because I remember like as you come out of Deacon, everyone had walked that way to like go home. Yeah, and I'd be like straight down Kingsway. To the gym. I was like, I'm the fucking man. Like, just me, slow and soldier by myself. But
the worst is when you had PE and food tech as well on the same day, and you're walking down with like 3 bags.
Fucking cars for days by the time you finish because you're carrying that much weight. But it's one of them where like I train quite a bit, but at the same time I'm not going to turn down like going out to a party or something because and I say that to everyone. I was like,
I mean, I used to turn up to a few of them and just have maybe a couple or just not drink and then go home like everyone else did.
But it was one of them where like I felt like we got a good little group going because there was about 2 of my other mates and we also used to just go to the gym together. And I think that's what made it easier for me because you know, we sort of share like a common interest. So when you were going,
I was a bit of a lone soldier, me.
Where I was for a few. I was for like 2 or 3 years, and then I was like to my mates, like, why don't you just try it one time? Just come down with me. And he's like, yeah, son. And then obviously it got to the point where you know he started liking it just as much as me. Yeah. So it was easier, and I think like if you have got like, as you said, like a circle like that, or you know, a mate who will go with you to the gym. Makes it a lot easier to stick to because you kill 2 birds with one stone. You might have a catch up, but you'll train at the same time.
That's the thing as well. Like I've been going consistently for like 10.5 years. The amount of people, like mates that I've trained with, like throughout different periods. Like they may come for a couple of months and then just disappear, and then another mate will be like, "Go ahead, I'll start coming with you." Yeah. And then, to be fair, I do tend to just train alone, just cause I like to get in and get out. Yeah. I say that to my clients as well. Like, I'm not going to have you in the gym for anywhere longer than an hour. Yeah. Like, I usually get done in 40 minutes.
I'm the same.
And, like, there's a girl that I bump into every now and again. And I'm like, I'm done. And she's like, what have you done? It's like 6 exercises, like 3 or 4 sets on each. She's like, how the hell have you done? I'm like, I track my rest times. I said, how many like exercises have you got? And she's like, oh, about 6 or 7. Yeah. I was like, how long have you been here? An hour and a half. I'm like, what the hell have you been doing? I know. Like, what on earth could you be doing in that time?
Some people glorify staying there for ages.
It does my head.
Smash the 4-hour gym session.
Been in there for 2 hours.
Sam, mate, what's your recovery like though? Yeah. Holy shit.
Well, no, they've been in there for 2 hours, but they could have been in there for an hour.
I know. Makes no sense. No. That's probably what put people off as well. It's like they feel like they've been there for ages, but you know, if you just pick up, like, you make sure that session's quality, you can get it done in 45 minutes.
Yeah, intensity's massive.
Rather than just faffing about for 2 hours, you get in there and do some of the right stuff, then you don't need to.
Yeah, intensity is key, I think. Like, you can do like 3-4 sets. You can do it in 5 minutes, or you could do it in 10 minutes. You're going to get more out of that 5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I noted a few things down. I think we've actually covered them, you know. I've not even looked.
Over topics and that?
Yeah. A good one that I was going to ask you, actually. Obviously, you're only 20. Being a PT at such a young age. Like, how have you found it? Have you had any struggles with, like, I assume quite a lot of your clients are older than you as well. Have you found any, like, struggles with doing that, or...
What do you mean in terms of, like, coaching older people?
Yeah, and getting just people on board in general. Because obviously, like, say a 40, 50-year-old person is then sort of trusted. How long have you been doing it since, what, 18?
Nah, about 19, yeah. I've only been doing it like a year.
Yeah, so 19, like, that's... I think you have the benefit of being, like, a big lad and you look older than probably than you are.
Yeah.
But, like, have you had any struggles with, like, finding, like, clients and stuff, or getting them on board or anything, or telling, like, a 50-year-old person what to do?
Yeah.
Almost.
I think, no, I know what you mean, and I was a bit cautious of that when I was first starting, because, you know, sometimes you feel like it might be a bit condescending, like a younger person telling an older person what to do. But I think you build that up over time with a bit of authority. So obviously, if you coach, I think my first few clients, they were obviously younger because they could relate to me a little bit more. Yeah. And then it's just as you said, like, sort of the results speaketh for themselves. So if you know, I got one of my clients in really good shape and they were happy with the way they are and the feeling and stuff, they will just tell other people about that and, like,
word of mouth's massive,
like, you know, I train, like, groups of mates and stuff like that, or, like, you know, that fella's mum or that fella's sister, and it just sort of stems from that, because obviously, you know, these are, like, real people who are experiencing real benefits, and, you know, if you've got, like, proof on that to go alongside with that,
I guess
you know, you can't. People will think, like, oh, well, obviously, you know, it's worked for him, I'm going to try it as well.
Yeah, and I think for your expertise at the end of the day as well, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And I think you just, obviously, as you coach more people and you become more familiar with the coaching styles in terms of adapting to different people, your confidence improves as well. So, like, sometimes you're always going to question yourself whether, you know, the methods that you're using are right, or, like, whether the optimal way to coach someone.
Yeah.
But I think, like, as you said, like, you know, you coach different types of people and you're exposed to, you know, different types of things, whether a person's got, you know, a sore wrist, or, you know, if you've got, like, a condition that's up with them, you know, you'll go away and you'll research that and your knowledge will obviously expand, and then when you feel, like, more knowledgeable, you know, you're more confident in like the delivery of your coaching then.
Yeah.
So I don't even think now. I've got people who are, like, 55 and got, like, you know, people who are 20, 25.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter to me anymore, because I've sort of coached, like, a few people who from different demographics.
Yeah, I guess once you break that barrier, it's just every day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's comes more like clockwork, yeah. It's like they come in and you could see, like, you know, some people are a little bit nervous, or, like, as I said to you at the start, but chances are I'll probably coach someone like them.
Yeah.
Who, like, they've already...
That's it, and you get, like, a catalogue of people, like, oh, I know I've trained someone like this before, I can pick on, like, that person that I used previously, what did we do with them that worked, and you can just plug that straight in.
Yeah, exactly.
And then if it works, and if not, you just tweak it, and sort of suit it to that person. But
don't really have, like, a niche, to be honest.
No.
In terms of, like, you know, I know some people say,
find your niche.
Yeah, like, I only train people aged, you know, 30 to 40, working women or something like that.
Yeah, people that are just female only.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, but, like, at the same time, you're missing out on, like, 50% of the whole population.
Yeah.
I feel like some people drill down into it a little bit too much. Like, I get the whole I focus on people who want to focus on weight loss or performance. Like, there's, like, different big areas that you can go into, but I think drilling, like you said, like, females between 30 and 40 that are working and doing this, like, that is like, you've basically shrunk your whole potential client pool down so small.
Yeah. I never sort of, that's what I mean, I never sort of zoned into that and to say, like, you know, I solely want to coach these type of people, but I think it's a case of when they come on board, identifying what their personality traits are like, you know, in terms of, like, are they the type of person that is coachable, that will listen to the advice that you're going to give them and generally take it on board. It's just hard sort of, like, trying to, you know, screen them types of people though. So I think after a while you'll pick up on, you know, the types of qualities they have as a person, and if you feel like they've got potential to sort of, you know, do what it takes, then you can be 55, you can be 20, you can, but you'll still get there in the end.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Yeah, it's one of them where I think that's where I'm sort of like looking into doing now. I don't really have any specific people that coach. It's the type of the person you are, whether you can, work with me. Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly. Yeah.
I suppose that's what all your consultations are for and that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Right, I don't know how long we've been speaking for, but it feels like we've flew through. I don't know where we're up to.
I don't even know what time we're on.
I don't even know what time we started.
No.
Like, I had a look at my watch about 25 minutes ago, and I don't know how far we were through then. But I think we'll round up with... I dropped you a message the other day, didn't I, about unpopular opinions, because I saw someone post about it, and I was like, that'd be a good little post, like a little topic at the end. Yeah. Do you want me to go first with mine?
Go on.
So I put a tweet up the other day because I saw a lad post one. I was like, oh, I've got one, and it was unpopular opinion. 6 exercises at 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps is suitable for 95% of the people in the gym. What did you think of that?
6 exercises, yeah. For 6 exercises at what? 8?
3 sets at 8 to 12 reps is suitable for about 95% of the gym population.
I think it is, yeah. Well, I don't know, because you've got a rep range.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, if I was to just say to someone, do that exercise for 3 sets of 10, and they physically cannot get to 10 reps after like the second set or the third set because they're more fatigued, then they're going to be pissed off about that, and they're not going to be able to follow the program if it's like that black and white. Do you know what I mean? But if we had a rep range into it, and they might get 12 on the first set, and then like they'll fatigue, and they might get 10 on the second, and 8 on the third. Yeah. They're still meeting the program. Do you know what I mean? So it's...
See, what I say, like, I have a slightly different approach to that with my clients. I will actually set like a rep to hit, but what I say is choose the weight that you're going to go with. Then if you can't fit the full 10, say it's 10 reps, don't worry, put how many you hit, and then you've got a target for next time to get an extra one. And then once you hit the full 10 on all of them, then you up your weight the next time. You might go 10, 9, 7.
Yeah.
Then you've got like a couple of reps to catch up on, and just keep working at it. Like, sometimes I will put like a rep range. Yeah. But I think that's another little way to like get a little bit of progress in there as well. Like, I just say, like, don't beat yourself up about not hitting that reps. Yeah. Like, it's fine. Yeah. Just work towards getting that extra rep next time. Yeah. But the reason I said that was more to do with, I feel a lot of people now go in there overcomplicating a lot of things. When like we said earlier, fitness is actually quite basic. Like, if you do the majority of things, you're all right. But I saw a thing the other day about deadlifts as well, like whether you should or shouldn't do deadlifts. And I think that's massively over popularized now by Instagram. People posting deadlift videos. Guilty. People join a gym. No, but that's the thing, that's what you're into. It's not like you've all of a sudden just gone into the gym and be like, right, I want a deadlift. You're into deadlifting, which is sound. Yeah. But a lot of people join the gym now and like, I need to deadlift. It's like, you don't. Like, it's a very simple exercise that can be very easily done wrong. Yeah. And most common ones, I hate it. Like, even when you're seeing people bending the backs and snappers and stuff like that, and you're like, 1 rep maxes, they're the ones. Yeah, there's just no point in them. No point in them at all. It's purely ego based. No, but like, for your average person, there's no need to overcomplicate it. 3 sets of 8 to 12 is it's gonna probably do you for a good while before you need to change it up. Yeah, because you'll enter like a beginner gains phase when you first start training anyway. Massively. Like, you'll notice some mad changes within like the first month if you follow like a program like that and you track all your reps. But like, obviously, you could do that for the first 2 or 3 years of lifting. Yeah, easy. But it's just to the point, obviously, where your muscles start to adapt and you become stronger and you're starting to use heavier weights. Yeah. That's when you got a bit. When you plateau, then you might have to like make it a bit more specific and like switch it up a bit. But like I said, for the first 2 or 3 years of joining the gym, you could stick at 6 exercises, 3 sets of 8 to 12, and you could get quite far with that. Obviously, like, mix your exercise up every now and again. Yeah. Like, you don't just do the same thing for like 2 or 3 years. Just bicep curls. Bicep curls for 3 years. Get a bit boring. Yeah. But yeah, what is your unpopular or controversial opinion?
I could probably list loads, to be honest, but obviously...
Your best one.
Yeah, my best one. You know, I would say having, as I said to you before, people thinking they have to map everything out or start at a particular time in order to make the best progress.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of people will think, as you said about starting on a Monday, or, starting when you haven't really got things on, but there's never sort of going to be an optimal time. Do you know what I mean? There's some people will say that, like, give me 3 months when I'm in more of a headspace or something like that, but chances are you'll probably get 3 months down the line and you'll still think the same.
Yeah. Or those ones that say, let me get a bit of fitness before I start.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Start now.
I know, yeah.
And we can jump start that and get you in a better place than you will be in a couple of months down the line.
Yeah. But no, I'd just say that because, like, they feel like they need to have everything mapped out first, but
you're
it's
better
just
off
not
learning on the job.
Well, that's essentially what we did. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you first started, you probably look at yourself when you first started,
pages and stuff like that, trying to find information.
I was on YouTube, looking at all the OGs, like Athlete X and all these.
Bodybuilding.com was the one.
Bodybuilding.com, yeah.
All the forum pages.
Just looking at those, like, whoa, goals.
Watching was it? What's that film with Arnold in? Pumping Iron.
Pumping Iron, yeah. I'd be in there in the weight section with the sixes, like, yes,
look at me, I'm massive.
Coming for Arnie,
coming for those double figures, coming for those tens.
Yeah. It's like when you bench 100 for the first time.
Oh, it's unreal, isn't it?
I know. It is just one of them though. Like, you do learn as you go along, and obviously, even from like your mistakes, or because I still do it now. I still like record my sets when I'm filming, or like if
that's
I'm training by
that's
myself.
what I first started off doing. It wasn't even to post on Instagram. Like I'd asked one, like I'd started my Instagram up. I started mine dead like secretly because I couldn't be asked with people giving me stick.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be asked with people at work finding out either.
Yeah.
I just could not be bothered with that.
Yeah.
So I just kept it dead low key. I blocked loads of people to begin with. But I'd ask my mates to like film me in the gym. Not really to post. I'd post them on Instagram. Don't get me wrong, because it was content.
Yeah.
And some of it helped people, but it was more for me to just check I was doing stuff right.
Yeah.
Like there's no better way than recording it and looking back, because you can look in the mirror, but you're only looking in one position. Like say if you're doing, I don't know, like say you were doing a deadlift.
Yeah.
You can only see it front on, the best angles from the side.
Yeah.
And there's no point in standing sideways to a mirror going like this when you're pulling up a load of weight, is there? But it's like with this podcast, I'd thought about doing one for a while during the lockdowns, but then obviously lockdown happened. I was like, I'm going to do a podcast. And then obviously I was using Teams with work all the time. And then I found out, well, you can record on Teams and you can record on Zoom.
Yeah.
And it seemed like Zoom was going to be the easier option. I was like, stuff it, I'm going to do a podcast.
Yeah.
I wrote like 5 names down. I was like, what can I call it? What can I call it? And like the footy lads call me like the big lad sometimes. Like a couple of them like call me big lad.
Big lad podcast.
I was like, you know what, the big lad podcast sounds posh, So I was like, that's the one.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, what do I need now?
Yeah.
And I literally used my works laptop. I used my works headset.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't ideal. The works webcam wasn't great.
Yeah.
Like it's not good quality, but it did the job to begin with. And I just sort of learned on the job, and it was the same with my Instagram account. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's about 900 posts on there now.
Yeah.
But if you scroll all the way to the bottom, my content was dead.
I was the same.
Like there's some crap on there, but I've left it there because if you look back at it and then scroll through, you see how like the growth of it. Yeah, how much better it gets.
No. I was the same. Like even like with just this job now, like PTing, like I always used to put it off because I thought, there's no money in it, or this or that, and I think it come to lockdown, and when everyone was thinking a lot more and stuff like that, I was like, why not? You know what I mean? And that's when I just sort of like took the leap and thought, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna properly do it. Like I was just apprehensive because obviously a lot of people like going to uni and getting jobs, and I was thinking I've got to follow the crowd, but it was just a case of like thought I'd never know if I didn't try it. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't want to get like down the line being a corporate job or like something like I hated. Shit. Well, no, you're thinking about like doing a thing, aren't you? But like,
I'm taking a more transitional approach.
Yeah. But that's what I was thinking, because I was like, I'll just do a job on the side. Like I went through a phase where I was working as well as doing PT, and but then you wouldn't want to get to like a later age and think I wish I would have done it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So And that was just the same case. Like, I remember when I posted the first picture on my Instagram, I was having fucking heart palpitations. Yeah. So I was like, shit, everyone can see me. I was like, oh. I was proper nervous. But then, as you said, like, the more you do it, it just becomes more natural then.
Yeah, definitely.
You just don't think, you're just whacking on.
Yeah, like, I started an account back in college, and like the stuff I was posting was so bad. And then people in college found out, and I got absolutely grilled for it. I was like, delete. Got rid of it straight away.
Yeah.
And it, like, people were speaking about it for like a week in school and sound that. And then I sat there in work one day, like I was on a placement somewhere in work, and I was like, I'm going to start one back up. I'm going to do it. And I was stressing about it. I was like, I'll just block everyone to begin with. Start posting stuff, just like get used to doing stuff. And then slowly unblock like mates and stuff like that. But yeah, you just get used to things.
And I think you'd start giving like less fucks as it goes on.
Oh yeah, well, I always said, I was like, if I get sponsored by My Protein, I'm just going to unblock everyone.
And lucky you now.
I've still not unblocked everyone. Mainly just work. I can't be bothered with work knowing.
No, it is one of them. I think you care a lot about what people are going to think and that. Don't you? But
I don't care that much anymore. It's just I want to keep it separate from like work and the corporate job and everything. But yeah, like you said, like I started off with my work laptop and work headset. I've now got the whole ring light, a Mac, like camera, mic, the lot.
The monsters.
Yeah, not sponsored, but lovely. But yeah, I think we'll round that up because I genuinely don't know how long we've been going for.
Yeah, I don't know.
But where can everyone find you, Sam? Let you give yourself a little plug.
Oh yeah, plug. Yeah, get on my Instagram. Just literally Sam Cully PT on Instagram.
Yeah, I'll put all his details in the description below in the YouTube video. If anyone is obviously listening on Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, I'll put his name in the description, but there won't be a link because I can't do that, unfortunately. But yeah, if you've got to this point, thank you very much for listening. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. There's going to be loads more of these in-person podcasts. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, do us a favour and drop us a review as well. Be great to get some feedback on this one. But yeah, thank you very much for listening, and we will catch you in the next one in a bit.
Yeah.